Hi guys, it's Ben here from TX Space Station. How's everyone doing? Welcome to another Shaky Camera vlog. Sometimes I like doing these videos where I don't have to use my proper equipment and I can just use my crappy phone camera and just talk about something that's cropped up. I've recently got back from a nice holiday. I had a week off in the Yorkshire Dales. You guys will know that if you watched my video of sampling the local ales and some really great beers there. And it was really important for me to have a bit of downtime. It was so nice just to go to a quiet cottage and get away from all of the busyness and hustle and bustle of day-to-day life. And it kind of made me think when I came back, it is important to do that in terms of getting away from day-to-day life and busyness and your job. Do you guys think it's also important to do that in terms of technology? So I guess the question that I'm asking you guys is, do you think it's important to have a break or a holiday from technology? And I guess broadly, in a broad sense, that would include video games too. When I went away, I actually took a few bits and bobs with me. I still use my phone quite a bit, and I also took my laptop, and it was actually kind of nice for me and Neve to play a few video games. But for the most part, when I was there, I tried to limit the amount of time that I spent actually using my phone to do useful stuff and spending time browsing the internet and all that. That was all pretty limited because, well, we wanted to enjoy nature and get outdoors and do all of that stuff, really. But I can remember a couple times when I went away on holiday, particularly when I last went to Ireland, I tried to shut my phone off, but I made the mistake of checking it before I came home. I checked my work emails, and that was a bad idea because I checked my work emails and there were things in there that needed acting on, probably things that I couldn't do anything about, you know, being in Ireland, completely removed from all the job stuff. And it got me stressed out, and it brought all of that work stuff into my headspace, and it kind of spoiled that last bit of my holiday. And I'm actually quite a big fan of Boogie's channel, Boogie2988. And I remember him doing a video not too long ago when he was on vacation, and he was there with his family having a great time, but he also took his computer, and there was a video that he posted at the end where it was just at the time when the new YouTube rules regarding your content not being advertiser friendly were coming out, and he basically got really upset about it, as you would, and almost spoiled his holiday because he was checking his laptop. And I think there's something to be said for actually just getting rid of all of this crap, all of the technology, and stopping it for a bit. Because it brings with it a lot of baggage. If you go back 70 years ago, people would never have dreamed of being this contactable and always having technology and information around you. If you think about the lifetime of my grandma, she's basically lived from the end of the war to when computers were really not mainstream at all, and now to gone through all of that phase of computers coming in and technology and the internet being widespread and essentially oblivious to it all. It's only us as a generation really that are now facing constant information, constant accessibility, and basically being constantly contactable. And that is a good thing. I mean, that's one of the great things about this age we live in, but it has got downsides. It has got that aspect of you not being able to actually escape. There are some times when I actually kind of think about what is it that I'm doing with my technology. A lot of the time I am pissing around with it. I've tried to do Facebook detoxes in the past where I just get rid of the goddamn thing, and then I end up I delete the app and then end up checking it manually on the website. Because a lot of the time I'm just idly flicking my phone on and going on Facebook and scrolling through pages of shit by people that I don't know, or worse, people that I barely liked in school. It's like, why do I actually know the minuscule details of these people's lives, and yet I'm not actually spending all that much time with my friends who I actually care about? Like, who gives a shit if someone's had a baby from school that I don't really know, or whatever else? A lot of the time, the quality of the stuff that we're imbibing and soaking in our brains in is crap. And actually, I think sometimes having a complete break from it all is useful because you can clear your head and almost detox from it and kind of come back with a fresh look at it and maybe think, actually, I don't need this stuff. I don't need to use it as much as I goddamn am doing now. I think that's the other side of things is sort of how entertained you need to be at all times, because video games are amazingly entertaining, but they can be a big distraction from what's going on around you as well. You know, maybe it's best just to sometimes leave shit at home. I mean, I often take my portables, DSs, or, you know, handheld consoles around. But, you know, if you're going to play your DS all the way through a train journey or a plane ride, maybe you're missing out on some of the experience and you're not looking around at what's going on and that kind of thing. And one of the worst things with mobile phones is that when you're like out and you see two people like on a date or something, both just staring at their phones, it's like, actually, am I just missing out on real life here? So there's a kind of big part of me that thinks actually having a break from technology every now and then is a really useful thing to do. Call it a technology detox or whatever. And the same thing goes for games. I watched that video of Boogies and just thought, you know what, don't take your laptop with you, don't play games, don't look at YouTube, don't look at the real world. Just go and remember to enjoy life. And that is the thing I think I want to raise, is that you actually sometimes miss the moment. One thing that massively pisses me off is you go to a gig these days and everybody's standing there recording it with their phones. It's like, guys, actual reality is happening in front of your eyes. You don't need to record this shit on your phones. You don't even need to do any of that, because your memory will capture the useful things, the interesting things. You can remember these stories and tell them to people. Not everything has to be digitally captured for sharing on Facebook. And I think sometimes it's true that the people with the most active Facebook accounts are often the least happy or the least interesting in real life, because it's like a compensation for actually just enjoying it and savouring the moment. And I think all of us could learn a lesson from that, those kind of people that have shut Facebook out. One of my best friends, Phil, has completely deleted it. So let me know what you think, guys. Is it good to have a break from technology? Do you take stuff with you on holiday? Should we be accessing these things all the time? Is it good that we have such a wealth of information at our fingertips? Or are you kind of coming around to what I'm thinking, that actually now and then it's probably really good to have a break, and that actually we need to think carefully about what we're spending our time on and whether it's always useful to be playing video games and fucking around on the phone and looking on Facebook? Let me know in the comments below, guys. Take care, and I'll speak to you all soon.